Hi, my name is Michael Sahno. I'm Jewish and I love Israel. So if you love Israel, if you love being Jewish, or if you have an unwavering connection to the land of Israel, then you're in the right place. Welcome to the 12 Cities in Israel podcast. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, what's going on? My name is Michael Sahno, and welcome to the 12 Cities in Israel podcast, the only positive podcast about Israel. It's my birthday, but I'll go into that in a moment. First, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you get all of the brand new episodes if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're not, you can get this. Well, no, if you want to, you can get this on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Spotify, and get this put into your podcast feed. So, hey, welcome. It's my birthday, and it's my day. I film this on Thursdays for release on Sunday night for Monday. And since it's Thursday, even though it's my birthday, guys, I can't shirk my responsibilities. But one of the cool things about it being my birthday, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that we've got a little bit of a new lighting setup. That is because my awesome wife, Stephanie, what's up? Thank you. Gave me one of my gifts early before I filmed this, and it is what's called a diffuser, and it makes the light soft. And she hooked me up with this for my birthday. So the last two episodes in this new studio, they were a little dark. They weren't too dark, but they were darker than they should have been. So, yeah. So it's my birthday. Yom Haledet. Yom Haledet. So happy birthday to me. Can you say that? I don't even know if you can. Is that rude? I guess you can, right? Because, all right, so one of the biggest sources of contention, and this isn't related to Israel, this is just general subject, a little bit of insight into my life. So, this is going to sound so horrible, my mom's going to be so upset. So, I would ask for things for the holidays. And if I wanted a present, I would ask for G.I. Joes, and I'd get like G.I. Jerome or something like that. If I wanted Star Wars, I would get Space Battles action figures, which were always like, they don't have these stores anymore, but the Caldors and the Bradleys, they would be the Target brand or the Walmart brand. And I never got exactly what I asked for, but I was always totally super appreciative. I would play with the Star Battles guys, with the Star Wars guys, but I never got the actual things that I wanted. My cousin Joey, he always got like everything he wanted. So when I was able to, on my own, and I had the means, I would start getting the things that I wanted for my birthday. And that drives my wife nuts, drives her absolutely bananas. So one of the things I did is I went to Adorama, which is where I get all the camera equipment for the YouTube version of it. And, I bought these diffusers for these lights that I have. And, she was like, okay, cool. Put them in the pile with the other boxes. And I was like, but I need this for then you can get it Thursday morning. And I was like, okay, no problem. So it's a good balance, very good balance. Yes, so it's my birthday. I'm going to take a sip of coffee for my birthday. Peter, this is to you. L'chaim. All right, so now that we got the birthday out of the way, there's a couple of new things that are happening. One, of course, is the studio. You can see the new studio. We're doing a lot of different things visually. We've sort of, and it's weird. We've done a rebranding, but it's in rebranding. One of the things that you have to do, in my opinion, and from the stuff that I learned, I used to work at a company, an advertising agency called Sudler and Hennessy. So, and my boss was the branding guy. And one of the core tenets to rebranding is to maintaining continuity of the brand. You're just giving it a new face. You're not changing what it is. Because when you start to change what it is, you're not changing the brand, you're changing the product as well. So our product is essentially the same. We're doing different things. We're not doing interviews right now, but I am looking into interviews coming up, because I just saw something in my news feed about when Ben Gurion Airport is going to open up to travelers, tourists, non-Israeli passport individuals, and that's going to be in October from what I've heard. Originally, at the beginning of this whole coronavirus thing, they had said August, maybe September, end of August, beginning of September. And I was telling friends of mine, and they were like, no way, that can't be happening. That's not true. People are going back and forth all the time. Well, yes. Now, let me clarify why they're going back and forth. One, they hold Israeli passports, and they're able to travel back and forth to their home country. So that's totally valid. But tourists, myself, I don't have an Israeli passport, are not allowed to go back and forth. So even though I go for business, it's still under the framework of travel and tourism. So that will be happening. It'll probably be happening. You know what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking that maybe those interviews will be, for now, a once a year thing, and I'll see if I can cram more interviews into that small space, which would be good, because I only got 18 last time, and I had planned and I had allotted for, realistically and theoretically, I could have probably gotten in a whole nother 10 interviews and gone a lot longer, which would have been nice for me, but that's okay. It'll come. So we're doing a little bit of rebranding. I have this, and I'm going to put this up if you're watching the YouTube version of this. One of the things is I graphically altered some of the photographs that are the, for 12 cities in Israel, the traditional branding photographs. One of them is a photo, full up face shot of me, and that was taken at Haganah in Tel Aviv. And it's my, what do you call it? My profile picture. It's my profile picture. And that was taken at Haganah in Tel Aviv on I think I was getting ready to leave. No, I actually know exactly what I was doing. I was leaving Tel Aviv to go back down to Beersheba. And I had left my friends in Tel Aviv for a couple more days. So I think I was going home for Shabbat or something like that. But it was, so there's a lot of memories in that. And what I did is I used the other one. I'm going to tell you what I used after. The other one is this photo that's taken in Tel Aviv, right on the beach. And it's the sunset as it sets across the street from the Sea Executive Suites. It's basically our iconic photo. I think you can see it up there if you're watching the video. You can see it up there. I'm looking in the monitor. You can see the bottom of it. But if you go to our website, if you go to our Facebook page, Instagram, all that, you can see that picture. You can find it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But what I did is I used this app on my phone called Prisma Color, I think it is. And I'll put I guess either the URL or the URL for the Play Store in the YouTube comments, and you, or not comments, but the description, and you can go and you can download it. It is totally fun. I'll also put in there the not the model, the name of the overlay that I used. And what it does is it creates, like, basically what it does is it takes your photos and makes paintings out of them. And it's awesome. It's so cool. Although I have been told that I look creepy with that photo, but I love that photo because it takes the white in my eyes and just like super whites them, and my eyes look so dark. And what's funny is the photo itself looks a little like, how's it going? But when it's painted, it it adds this aggressive dimension to it where I look like, oh, what's going on? I look very concerned. But Prisma, it's a lot of fun. I'm going to put it in the description. You got to use it. It is so much fun. And what we did is we took that photo with Prisma, and we took the sunset photo with Prisma, and we slammed them side by side. Slammed them. We gently push them side by side in Photoshop, and we created a new, I guess, iconography for 12 cities in Israel. So if you see that face, you'll know 12 cities in Israel. If you see that faux painted sunset, you know it's 12 cities in Israel. And it's a lot of fun. It's keeping the creative juices alive, because I can't do one thing that I want to do right now, which is my interviews, which is okay. That's totally fine. Because I have about 38 million different other things to do, all related to Israel, in one way or another. And I'm actually going to talk about something else real quick, about something I'm working on that I want to say it doesn't relate to Israel, but it does relate to Israel because I'm sort of forcing it to relate to Israel. I don't know how that works in my head. So we've done a rebranding. All of this rebranding is part of a larger push that we're doing, because we're doing a lot of creative work in developing our flashcards. The flashcards I'm going to talk about at the end, because I have something interesting I want to talk about. But yeah, you can find this new branding on our website, www.12citiesinisrael.com. Excuse me. You can find it on our Facebook. You can find it in all those places. The off-topic thing that I did want to talk about real quick is, if you're watching the video version, you will notice up on the board behind me, it says lipolysis and lipase. One of the things that I'm doing is, since all this coronavirus stuff, I talked about this, I think in either the last episode or the first episode back. I'm on this bike. It's a spin bike that I bought. It's a Techno Gym spin bike. And I've been doing a lot of exercising. Biking is one of the things that's super duper popular in Israel. Bikes are everywhere. It's a very physically active country. So biking feels natural. Not to me, but I mean, it flows in, bringing it up, I guess. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. So I'm in the process of reading a book right now, by Deepak Chopra. It's called Quantum Healing. I actually have it right here. Okay. So boom. Now my main degree is in Jewish studies, but I have a minor in psychology. And one of the things that Deepak Chopra mentions in his book is DNA, and the genome, and doing all of these things. And I spoke with Rivka Karmi, Professor Rivka Karmi, Dr. Rivka Karmi. She's a genetic researcher, a medical doctor, and the former president of Ben Gurion University. So I actually want to talk to her about this idea that I have for So basically, what the meat of it is, you can change your genome to benefit or to not benefit. What's the opposite? Or hurt yourself. I this is a really deep subject, and I want to get into this deeper. And I actually feel like this episode might not be the one to talk about it. Bottom line, I've come up with this way of changing behavior, I think. And I'm in the middle of a 4-week experiment where I work on that. And I want to talk to Dr. Carmi about it. And after I talk to her about it, I think I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you guys about it, because the concept basically that I have is if you use letter anacronyms. I think that's the name of it. Anacronyms are the letter like KISS, keep it simple, stupid. If you use anacronyms and repeat these anacronyms with the understanding of what these anacronyms are, then you can theoretically, in my mind, change behavior. I don't know if it'll work for everyone. I think it'll work for me. And I think based on what I read about the Deepak Chopra stuff, I want to talk to Dr. Rivka Carmi about it and find out if you can kind of genetically, consciously, subconsciously modify behavior. So I'm working on that. The hope is that eventually it leads into me writing my experiences in a small book of about maybe 150 pages and hopefully helping someone. I got the idea. Actually, so what's funny, I said it doesn't deal with Israel, but what it does in a very, very direct way. So one, I just told you about this idea I have from reading a book. The writer's not Israeli. He's Indian. But the individual who will have the answers that I need in response to my reading and coming up with an idea is Israeli. She's an amazing genetic researcher. And the idea I got for putting all of this into book form, I got from another interview, Hannah Mason, who wrote an amazing, amazing self-help book that, hold on. I am going to pull it from the shelf right now so you can see it. It is called Hold That Thought. And basically, my inspiration, let me keep it up. My inspiration for putting all of this into book form comes from her. So there are a lot of Israeli influences into a non-Israeli inspiration. So I don't know. I think that's kind of wild. And I'll tell you a little bit about the journey on the way, but I'm not going to let it dominate, because we have a lot to talk about. Whoa. Hold on. I'm going to take another sip of coffee, Peter. Again, this one's for you. All right. So I'm going to move on from that subject. So you guys know it's just a little, that's why the lipolysis lipase, I'm trying to get the fat burning process in my body going. I got to talk to people in Israel, find out is this even possible? And what's hilarious is, who knows? Will I get the super positive response, or will I get, oh, that's impossible. You can never do that. Which some would say would be the stereotypical Israeli response. But that stereotypical Israeli response is not one that I find most of the time when I interact with people from Israel. So, all right. So now I've told you about that whole thing. The thing I wanted to talk to you about now is the rebranding, and the reason why all of this creative work is going on at 12 cities in Israel. So what we're doing, I think I told you. Oh, that was a hiccup. Sorry. The reason for all of this creative work that's going on right now is we are trying to work on a product that we're going to release. 12 Cities in Israel is going to release its own product that product is an educational product, because I believe that the best way to experience Israel and Israeli culture is through Hebrew, Ivrit. And by teaching people to speak Hebrew, even the bare essentials, like Toda, Beseder, which is okay, thank you, Toda, and Beseder, and Shalom, which is hello, and all of these things. And the way we're going to do that is with flashcards. So on the 12 Cities in Israel main Instagram account, I am releasing every day the print and script version of the flashcards for the Aleph Bet. I think today is Hey, so we're up to Dalet now, and we're doing 2 releases per day. And at the end of 30 days, we're going to go, and I did mention this, at the end of 30 days, we're going to be going to Kickstarter to let people know that we are looking for funding for this project. But I want to get a group together. All of the research that I've done on trying to launch a brand new product is that you need to develop a community that is aware that the product is coming. Let's say a new pair of Air Jordans are coming out. So why do people want those Air Jordans? Because Nike is releasing 6 months earlier, 4 months earlier, 3 months earlier, promo videos. They are putting them out on the courts for people to see, to go, oh, I need those. The same with any kind of product, cell phones, computers, all that stuff. So you develop brand awareness so that people want the brand. Funny thing, I've been releasing these on Instagram on our 12 Cities in Israel account. I've been releasing them on a brand new account called 12 Cities Hebrew. And I've been, sharing them? Yeah, I've been sharing my this is so convoluted. I've been sharing my Instagram to my Facebook, and from my Facebook 12 Cities in Israel account, sharing to my personal account. And I think it's from my personal account that someone in the Midwest has asked, where can I get these? These are great. And I've had to explain, they're not out yet. They're coming. And we have an awesome printer called Print Ninja. I want to get them to do something with us because I think this is, it'll build up awareness for them and build up, help us get our product out to you. But this is the first stage. So the Aleph Bet. The idea for the Aleph Bet came from doing a flashcard set for 500 must-know words in Hebrew. So there's a concept, and I've explained this before. There's a concept in modern language that there are 500 words that if you know these words, know the meanings, you will be able to communicate with anyone, no matter what. So I took that list and transferred it into Hebrew and developed a 500-word list in conjunction with Ben Gurion University, staff at Ben Gurion University, former staff at Ben Gurion University, staff at City College in New York in the languages department, and we developed this list, and it's a really awesome list. And as soon as I was about to, get all the stuff ready to do the promo for that, I decided, well, some of these are in Hebrew, and all these Hebrew letters. It's it's in English and in Hebrew, so you can read it. But people are going to want to know that Hebrew, and they're going to go buy an alphabet deck, an Aleph Bet deck, the Hebrew alphabet. And I was like, oh crap. We had to develop an Aleph Bet deck. So I did it. And it took me about a month. And the same people helped with it. You guys are awesome. Nili, Shani, Lila, all of you guys. And just it's been a really great ride just working on that. Once that's out, we have the 500 must-have words. That's going to come out. Then we have numbers. That's going to come out because that's going to teach you how to, and we're going to have everything up into the 100,000, all of the million. We're going to have 500 things, which is nouns. Well, and that'll be broken down. I've been thinking about that one a lot. That one will be broken down into, like bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, all the things that are in there. And you're going to learn all these wonderful things that are out in the world, like traffic sign, all of that, street. But that's a cool one. But on top of that, we're also coming out with I think it's like 250, 300 verbs. So boom, we're going to have verbs. And then on top of that, we're going to have another set. And I haven't, phrases. So we're going to have must-have Israeli phrases. Again, that'll be around 250, 300. So we're going to have 6 entire sets done in a way that's never been done before. And the kicker is all of these eventually, or pretty quickly, will become apps. Now, the idea and the concept that I have is that we're going to have it all in one app, and it's like iTunes. So you can, iTunes, you buy songs and you can use the songs through iTunes. So the concept will be similar, where you buy the 12 Cities in Israel Modern Hebrew app, and you can buy different flashcard sets within the app of those 6. And what I'm going to do is, for people who buy the hard copy, you will automatically get, you just email us with your proof of purchase, I guess, and you will automatically get a download or something. We're going to have to figure out, but it will automatically get that same flashcard set in the app. But this is the big deal. This is huge. I'm so excited. And one of the things, I wanted to touch on one thing real quick, and that's the last thing about it. One of the cool things we have about these flashcards is we have so many different modes of learning, and we have visual. So we have photographs of the contextual item within it to help you remember. We have the word in Hebrew. You may not be able to read it yet, but you will. That alphabet, you work and you learn that. And then we also have it transliterated. And we also have the word of what the word is in English, so you understand it. But the transliteration is the audio component, when you say it and sound it out. And it's purely phonetic. And one of the things I want to talk to an old professor and a friend of mine is about the transliteration process. So if you go and open a dictionary, it phonetically tells you how to pronounce a word. Throughout Hebrew's history, modern Hebrew's history, and when I say modern, I mean like back for the past 400 years of people writing it out in their native language, it's always been Germanized. And I've wondered if that's because of Yiddish or if it's because of what's called the German school, which was this large theological, I think it was Protestant, Christian, theological school in Germany. And when I say school, I don't mean an actual physical location. I mean an academic movement. So there was a theological academic movement in Germany and Austria about 300-400 years ago, which was ironically using rabbis to translate the Torah. And I'm curious if that's where it came from, but that's another story for another day, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Interesting, and I've got a lot of reading to do to bring you a lot of interesting subjects like that. So that's just basically it. So happy birthday and updates on what's going on. And yeah, All right. That's pretty much, that's all I got. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today at the 12 Cities in Israel podcast. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you can get all of the brand new episodes brought straight to you. If you want to download this, you can go to SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and to Spotify. And you can also find us on our social media. What is it? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them. We're all over the place. All right. That's it. Thanks a lot, guys. Toda raba. Lihyot. Yalla, bye.
בכל זאת לבדה, אין אחד שבא אליה לבקש את ידה, ובתסוגר עליה בליבה חתום, נעול, סגור, שבור. לחישה בלילה והיא איננה, גם שרחוקה היא ממני,
זיכרונה עולה שוב בליבי הלילה, איך אותה רציתי כל חיי.
ידי בידה ולאור ירח עוד יאיר לי כוכב, רק זאת ביקשתי, בידה אחזתי, היא כמו חלום שלא נגמר.